Got generator. My dad got generator going on the water well. Generator still going on the RV. Luckily, I didn't see any damage on the roof. And I think Dad's hooking up the generator to his house now. So got like almost 2.5 inches of rain last night. Good morning. Oh, got in late last night. First off, that storm the other night was something fierce. Then we got about 2 inches of rain just that evening. It's supposed to rain all day yesterday. It kind of misted a little bit here and there, but it come down last night again. I think we're sitting at almost 4 inches of rain right now. But, so, I don't know if I said it or not, today's Saturday. I went to Rush yesterday morning to pick up my parts. It's all in. It's like, sweet, finally. Went over to Rush. Checked everything. Everything looked right on the paperwork. I was like, okay, let me see the parts. I wanted to do it all there, too. Pull the parts out. Check the rockers. Check the push rods. And the valve bridges they gave me were all the same. The three valve bridges they gave me were all the same. Well, I needed 2 of the regular valve bridges and 1 of the valve bridge for the Jake brake. Because this motor has 6 like regular Cummins valve bridges. And then 6 square valve bridges for the Jakes. So I was like, son of a gun. So I was like, okay, does anybody else have them anywhere near? So they looked it up in the system. They said Dallas has 8. Houston has 3. It's like, well, I guess I'm going to Houston. So I get on the road, and I figure, you know, I'll go ahead and start heading that way, and I'll be calling around other places. I called Freightliner, Kenworth, International, Mac, and San Antonio, and Austin. Even went up to Waco and called that area too. Nothing. And I'd already called because I wanted to make sure they had it. So I called Cummins Sales and Parts in Houston, and they're like, yeah, we got 3 of them. I was like, sweet, I'm on my way. So I pull up, walk in. It's like right at 4 o'clock, because they close right at 4 o'clock. Walk in, tell them what part number I need, and they walk back to the back to get it. When it comes back to the front, he's got his head down, shaking it like that. I was like, son of a gun. I was like, don't tell me you don't have one. He's like, man, I apologize. Our inventory's off. Gotta be. And the other little lady come around. She's like, no, there's no way. There's 3 of them. They're here somewhere. So she gave me a little ray of hope. They went and looked, and that ray of hope extinguished real fast. They come back, and they were like, no, sorry, we ain't got it. It's like, can you check Dallas for me real quick? So they checked Dallas, said, yeah, Dallas has 8 at the distribution center, and then right next door is their sales and service. They have 3 there, or 4, 3. 3 there, I think. I was like, okay. Can you call them? Ask them to put their hands on it? Oh, yeah, we don't know their number. Can you find it? Yeah, give me a few minutes. And, man, this little dude's, like, running all around all the little different offices and Cummins down in Houston. No one has a number. Finally, just about 6 minutes or so goes by. He comes back and gives me the number. He's like, this is their on-call. Give them a call, and they should be able to do it because they close at 6. I was like, okay. So I walk outside, start heading in the general direction of Dallas. Call the number. We're sorry. You have reached a number that has been disconnected or no longer in service. I was like, God, you got to be kidding me. I look it up on Google, call sales and service. Lady answers, parts, please. Okay. No, I said on call. Speak to on call. She said, okay. Transfer me to on call. Told them the situation. They were like, oh, I'm sorry. You're going to have to deal with parts. Like, okay. Can you transfer me? Sure. Click. Hung up. So I called back. I was like, parts, please. She transfers me to parts. I tell the dude my situation, and I'm like, is there any way you can actually put your hands on it? And the guy's like, that might be a problem. I'm sitting in my recliner in my living room right now. Oh, man. So I hang up, get off the phone with him. I call back. The receptionist answers, and I tell her, I was like, look, I need to speak to someone at the office that can actually go put their hands on a part. So she ends up giving me the guy's number. And she was like, I'm going to give you his number, and he has your number. And before I could get off the phone with her, he was already calling me back. So I called, and I told him the situation. And he's like, yeah, we could do that for you, but you're going to be here after we close. We close at 6. You're not going to get here till 8. So it's going to be an $85 call-out fee. I was like, are you kidding me? For a $38 part, you're going to charge me $85? So just put it in a box or a bag and throw it outside. Throw it in a bush for all I care. Just tell me what bush you put it in. He's like, oh, I guess I can put it in a box and I can just set it in the foyer for you. I'm like, oh my God. Anyway, we got up here last night, right at 8 when I pulled up, and got it, thankfully. Oh, it was a long night. I didn't get back till, it's like 2:30 last night. But a little caveat to going to Dallas. Ate at a restaurant I haven't ate at in over 20 years. A little restaurant called Pancho's Mexican Buffet. Dude, I walked in that place, walked up to the buffet, and I was smiling the whole time. Like you had just told a kid he was fixing to go to Disney World. I just couldn't, I couldn't get the smile off. I was just so happy. Sat down. I got my food, went and sat down. And the waiter guy, he was super cool. I was like, dude, I haven't ate here in over 20 years. It's not my birthday, but can I say it's my birthday so I can wear the hat and get the full experience? He started rolling, and everyone that was around me started rolling. And he brought the hat over, snapped some pictures, and then he come back, and I was like, I asked him if I could get some sopapillas. He got me some sopapillas. I was like, man, can I get some to take home to my wife? I'll pay for them. No big issue. So he's like, no, man, I got you. I'm going to take care of you. So he goes over there, and I asked him for a dozen. He goes over. He's like, oh, I can get you 6 for free. Anything over that, you got to pay for. Comes back. He's got like 10 or 12 in the basket. So I'm like, sweet, appreciate it. Like, hey, can I get one more like this from a neighbor? I'll pay for them. I'll go to the takeout and pay for them. He's like, nah, don't worry about it. I got you. So he gives me a whole nother bag of them. And I make sure to tip him real well. He was happy. I was happy. I was full. I still had a 5.5 hour drive to the house. I was miserable, but I was happy. Ugh. Anyway, we are going to start working on the truck today, getting it back together. Thanks to my neighbor. He's been a big help. But, oh. Hopefully I'll be back on the road Monday. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Is that your good side?
Really?
Is that your good side?
Put that on YouTube.
Man, can't catch a break. Had to run in town and get 2 cases of brake clean, some engine degreaser, stuff like that. Started getting the alerts again. Got a line of storms rolling through. Calling for 1.5 to 2 inch rainfall within an hour, and an additional 1 to 2 inches for the warned area, and we're in the warned area. And 1/2 inch hail and 30-mile-an-hour wind. So had to put the old motor on hold for maybe an 1.5 hours or so. Got the neighbors going to get their cars, bring them back over to the house, throw them under the carport, and put our cars up underneath the carport. I just need like one little break, just a little break. Just enough to get the motor back together. And you can do whatever you want. Anyway, later. Oh, my driveway's taking a beating. I'm gonna have to put the old blade on the tractor and re-crown it. Fix all these little washouts. They ain't too bad. One little washout right there. I need another load or two of caliche brought in. My wife got stuck. We got soaked trying to get it unstuck.
Tell you everything I've seen, the friends I've made, and then you tell me how you've been. Look a little closer, it's been quite some time, but you gotta let me know if I'm out of line. But there's some words that I just wanna hear you say, put it all straight before this night turns into day, and then I'm on my way. Yeah. Yes, I'm on my way. A bit naive and so eager to please. You know I played for love, but it got me on my knees. Now's the time to reap what I've sown, your words echoing in every single bone. Underwater, so far out at sea, there's no cure for what you're telling me, and soon I'm on my way. Yes, I'm on my way.
Is that clicking? Is that pumping fuel in? I'm on my way. Good morning, everybody. Oh, my beard look okay? I think my beard looks good. I need to trim it a little bit. But anyway, we are done. I have to, I say we're done. I still have to hook a cross member up and put the air filter in it. Then I'm gonna take her for a test drive, come back and change the oil. Truck takes 9 gallons of oil, 9 gallons of oil, and I'm gonna put 8 gallons in it, and the other gallon of running Hot Shot's Secrets Stiction Eliminator. But I like it a little better than Lucas. All right. As I was saying in that little short I did yesterday, whoever built this motor was an idiot. Straight up idiot. I'm going to show you why here in just a second. All right. So, these are Cummins valve bridges. If you don't have jakes installed, all 12 of your valve bridges are going to look like this. If you have jakes installed, your jakes valve bridges are going to look like this on your exhaust side. This has a little stem. This goes right in here, and it has a stem that comes out here with a C-clip that holds that in. Alright, as I said, these go on your exhaust side, and your jake brakes, the slade piston touches that stem, and that's what holds the valve open when the jakes work. This guy, when he put this motor together, put these on the exhaust side and these on the intake side on cylinder 1, 2, and 3, which on the firing order would be 1, 3, and 4 if you go off firing order. But yeah, on 1, 2, and 3 cylinder, he had these on the exhaust side and these on the injection side. So really my jakes weren't really working on, they would work but not very well on the first stage. And in doing all that, as you can see, it broke this stem. And the reason it broke that stem is because these will be sitting in the motor like this. And I had the injection rocker, which sits right here. Exhaust right here. And intake like that. So the stem was right up underneath the injection rocker. So every time that's rocking, that was hitting that stem. And I guarantee you that's what broke the injector rod the first time. But what was weird is he only had it like this on cylinder 1, 2, and 3. Cylinder 4, 5, and 6 were fine. But cylinder 1, 2, and 3, you know, caused this, caused the stem to break because it was hitting the injector rocker right up underneath here. And then it caused so on here, you have this little ball, a dog clip, that on little clips on each side that hold like a little flat tappet deal right here, and that rests on your valve bridge. What broke them off on all of these. On these three here, it broke these. See, there's a clip right there. The other side is broke off, and then that little piece come on. We actually found them yesterday sitting in, I wouldn't call it an oil valley. I don't know what it is. It looks like a bolt hole about that big around, and about that deep. But there's nothing on the inside. It's just like a little divot in the head. They were sitting down in there. But that, it also, on this injector, scarred this right here. So I replaced that. I replaced several of the valve bridges. And then, like, this is the worst push rod. As you can see, it's got some scarring right here. And then these had a little bit of scarring, but they weren't deep. They're like it's almost like someone took some sandpaper to it. Just right in this area right here. Same with this one. No, I'm sorry, this one's the one that scarred the worst. See if I can focus in on it. Oh, and then one other thing, the head had 2 broken head bolts. So, but I wasn't too worried about them because they are right. So one's right up in here, and then one is right up in here. So the head did look new. Why he didn't take the stud out is beyond me. Why he's gonna leave a broken stud and just set a new head on it. I don't know. That's why I was. I call myself a shade tree mechanic, but that dude was like a legit shade tree mechanic. But everything else is done. I feel more comfortable now that I found them clips and we got everything changed out and we got it put back the way it's supposed to. And yesterday when I was gassing on it and the Jake was engaging, I mean, you could just tell it was engaging hard, like they're supposed to. It's a world of difference from what it was before with the stage 1 or the front end Jake's working now. We got everything back in, set the lash on the intake and exhaust, got the injector set, and then set the lash on the Jakes. So everything is correct now as far as the valve lash goes. So yeah, this is done. Like I said, I gotta put this little cross member back on and put a new air filter in it. Then I'm gonna drive it down the road about 15-20 miles, come back, and new oil, and we'll be ready to get back on the road. I put a new mattress in it. I bought a mattress off Amazon. I had to cut it like 5 inches because it was a twin XL, which is 39 wide, and my sleeper was 34 inches, or the where the mattress sits was 34 inches, so I had to cut 5 inches off of that. I think it's 8-inch memory foam. So I did that the other day. Like I said, I changed the leveling valve, the suspension leveling valve, changed the piggybacks, put the flex pipe on, and I gotta figure something out with this. This goes here. But I want to do away with that and move this. I don't know why the camera keeps going out of focus, but I want to move that, I believe. They got a toolbox at Tractor Supply that's pretty big, but it angles right here and right there. That would give me a lot more room than that job box on the trailer. So, thinking about doing that. Either that or I need to get a box to go here so I can have more space, because I'm running out of space. But I can get the box here for like 280 bucks. A box for over there with a bracket, that's gonna cost me some money. Probably $600-700 bucks, unless I build my own brackets, which I could do. So, but anyway, I'll holler at y'all later.